This is Oracle SQL part 3 and my name is Shaji Balakrishnan. Here the chart is showing you the SQL commands. Its sections it is divided into, and all the commands below, you can see it. We'll be learning one by one in different sessions. But currently we are going through the select statement here. Okay, all the SQL commands must end with a semicolon. Please remember that. Okay, this is the chart representation of the EMP table. I hope you know the EMP table. Okay, so there are employees, and let's see the employees relationship between different employees. Here the king is in the top and his job is president, and his number ID, that is EMP number, is 7839. Under king, okay, three persons are working, three employees working, that is Johns, Blake and Clark. These three people or three employee has the same manager position, has the same manager, that is king. That means his manager will be 7839. Similarly, Scott and Ford is working under Johns, okay, whose manager is, you can say, 7566. So Scott and Ford is having a manager, that is 7566. Okay, similarly all those employees are having or working under different managers in a hierarchical position. You can see this chart. Okay, now let's see in the table how it looks like. In the table you can see king 7839. As I told you, 7839 is the king's identity or the employee number, and his job is president, but he has no manager. That means he is the top, in the top. That means here the manager is null, that is nothing is given here, so we call it as null in Oracle. Okay, now here 7698, that is Blake, then Clark, then Johns. Okay, these are the employee number and they are the managers. Okay, but they even have a manager, that is 7839, 7839, 7839. So here in the manager column it shows you there is a manager for all these three persons, Blake, Clark and Johns, and the manager ID is 7839. And who is 7839? That is king. So king is the head of these three employee. These three employee has to report to king. So in another way, Blake, Clark and John is working under king. That's why they are having same manager ID, and this is the ID of king. Johns and Scott is having a manager, and the manager name is Scott and Ford is having manager ID is 7566 and 7566. You can see this one, these two, and these two employees is working under 7566. And who is 7566? Johns. Okay, so this column, that is MGR, is showing you the relationship in the hierarchical position in an employees table. Okay, there are many things you can learn in this particular table. So that's why EMP table is very important, and to understand it, there are many things, many of the things it clears it off. Okay, we will learning step by step, don't worry about it. Again, this table is TBT, which contains 4 records. Okay, DPT table, department. Okay, now let's go ahead. So you understood the manager column, what it shows, the hierarchical position of each employee. Okay, let's go. Now here I want to show you the king is a president and his salary is 5000, but in commission column it is blank. Similarly, Blake is manager, okay, and he's getting 2850 rupees as a salary, and the commission column is blank. Blank means they are not getting the commission at all, but blank here indicates nothing. That means nothing, and nothing in computer language or Oracle language or SQL language, we call it as null. Okay, null is something, a value which is equivalent to nothing. Okay, but not zero. Zero is a value. Okay, is a number, but nothing is something which is different, which indicates that it is not blank also. It is not blank. It is something called nothing. It is called space, or space means even not space. Okay, so it is not space, it is not blank. Okay, even it is not zero, so it is called as, it does not exist in earth. That's the thing. Okay, in one way. Okay, now let's say this is Turner, right? Turner is getting 0 marks, sorry, 0 commission. Now the commission column contains 0. That indicates Turner was getting a commission, but right now his commission is 0. 0 is a value, but it is not nothing. It is not equivalent to nothing. Okay, or it is not equivalent to null, because he is getting commission, but now its commission is 0. But whereas here you can see blank spaces, that this area, this means these people, these employees, that means these employees, okay, Blake, Clark, Jones, Cotton, those employees are getting nothing in commission, so they are null values. Null values are stored in this particular column. Okay, so I mean to say Turner is getting 0, but he is not null. He is not null. Let's see here. See, null is a value that does not exist or null. Now King is getting no commission, that's why, so the value is null. Now here Turner is getting 0, correct, but he receives a commission. Next, this is DPT table, okay, and this EMP table. One more thing I want to clear on this DPT table. You can learn many things from this particular two table. That's why I chose the DPT table and EMP table. Okay, previously it used to exist in the Oracle different versions, but now I don't know, recent versions it is not existing, so that's why I had to create it. Okay, now here let's see. Here the King is there, okay, this highlighted one, King, Clark and Miller. These three employees are working in department 10, as you can see here, 10, 10 and 10. But if you want to see what is 10, what is department 10, you have to refer to another table, right, that is DPT table. So there is a relation here. The EMP table has a relation with DPT table. In the DPT table you can see the 10 indicates accounting, okay, and accounting means exist in New York. That means it is at location is New York. But if you say some employees are working in 20 here, if you say 20 is for research, okay, and that is in Dallas. Similarly 30 some employees are working in 30, right, department 30, that means it is related to sales department, and is located at Chicago. Again for 40 I can't see any records or any employees is working in department 40. I think all the employees are here, right, 14 records, all the 14 records are here, but no persons are working in department 40. But the department 40 exists. Department 40 exists, and it is, the name of the department is operations, and it is in Boston. Okay, so these things are very important to understand in DPT tables. Okay, so DPT table contains one of the department where no employees are working, right? Okay, so and you understood the relation between two tables, and you also understood the relation between within the employees table. So employees table, there are the relation between the hierarchical relations between the employees, whereas here it is department wise, okay, relation, that is two tables between relation between two tables here. So that's why it is called relational tables, right? Okay, let's go ahead. Now what we'll be learning here we are going to learn in this session, okay, we'll be learning some arithmetical operation, that is division, subtraction, multiplication, okay, and division, etc. So these are the slash is used for division, star is for multiplication, plus is for addition, and minus is for subtraction. Okay, so we are going to see the EMP table once again. So type select semicolon. Don't forget to put the semicolon. Okay, so when I press enter, it shows all the columns in the EMP table, plus it shows you all the records of it. There are 14 records. Okay, now if I want to change the command, say select star from EMP, I want to change it. I have to use another editor here. I'll be using it in a different way. Say ed, just say edit, edit. Okay, when you say edit and press enter, it opens a notepad for you. Okay, now here it opens the file, a dummy file here as AFIEDT buffer. That means there's a name here. Full form is Advanced Friendly Interactive Editor. Okay, so this is the full form of this particular thing, but actually it is showing you what is there in the buffer. They are actually showing you what is there in the buffer, so you can edit it. Now here the semicolon, you can see the semicolon here does not exist, and it has put a slash here. Okay, you should remember that. So I'm going to edit it. I'm going to go to edit here by saying select, and let's say EMP number, comma ename, comma salary, salary means SAL, from the EMP table. Okay, I can write it down so it looks beautiful. So now I can say select EMP number ename sal from EMP table. Looks nice. I can write it in one line itself, but I can say it is better to write this way. Okay, I have enough room to write it, and the last line should be slash. I'm going to save it. How to save it? Alt F4. So this will save and exit. Okay, now you can see now in the buffer you have this command select EMP number ename and salary from EMP. Now I have this, how to execute, by pressing slash enter. That's right. So we have EMP number, ename and the salary. Now I'm going to edit it again, edit, and press enter. Now this time what I'll do, I'll put one more cell. What happens? I'll save it. Alt F4, save it, and slash enter. So you can see the salary column is repeated 2 times, sal and sal. Okay, so as required, I already said it here that select EMP number, ename, sal and sal. So it is repeating 2 times the salary column. So it does whatever I do it in the command. Okay, so now I'll edit it again. Instead of saying edit every time, I can say ed. Ed stands for edit. Now I'll edit it again. I'll say salary, I'll say multiplied by 12. Now what is multiplied by 12 means this will show you the salary, actual salary of all employees, but this will show you salary multiplied by 12. Okay, that is the annual salary. This will show the annual salary for all the employees. Let's see, alt F4, save it, and slash enter. So you can see here this showing you salary and the salary multiplied by 12. This is the asterisk sign is for multiplication. Okay, here. Okay, and you can do all kinds of calculation arithmetic operations on numeric columns, because salary is in numeric column. Okay, so that's why I'm calculating here. Now it is showing you annual salary. The salary was 5,000, and for annual salary it is 60,000. Okay, now see, take care. You can see here 800 rupees for Smith as the salary and 9,600 for 12 months. Let's edit again. I can say ed, and now I'll say for 6 months salary. So I'll say sal again, all the salary column you multiply with 6. Okay, save it, alt F4, save it, and slash enter. So now we have salary, you have for annual salary, and we get half yearly salary. Okay, so three things we get it. We are using arithmetic operations. Okay, now again we'll edit it. Now this time I'll say comma sal plus 100 thousand, say. So now, sorry, sal with SQL, sal plus 1000 means we are adding 1000 rupees to every salary of the employees. Okay, all the employees we are adding salary to 1000. We are increasing the salary of all the employees, you can say. To how to increase and see that what will be happen if I increase by 1000 rupees. Save it, Alt F4, save it and slash enter. So the salary was 5000, now it is 6000, correct? Previously for Blake salary was 2850, now it is 3850. So all the employees salary has been increased by 1000, correct? But we have in computer that actually in the table I have up to here only salary, but this is a calculated columns. Means calculated column means this is only to show purpose. Actual column is sal, which exists in the table. These are temporary, or say temporary columns. These are calculated columns. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, again I'm going to edit it. And this time I'll put sal, not okay, sal will say decrease by 1000. We are going to reduce it, reduced by 1000 rupees. Let's see what happens. Alt F4, let's save it, slash enter. So now you can see salary has been reduced by 1000. Now here you can see it is minus 200. Why? Because the actual salary is 800 rupees, right? The salary of the employee is 800, and we reduced it by minus. We are not reduced, we calculated it actually. What will the salary minus 1000? So what will the figure? The figure is minus 2000. Okay, again here you can see minus 50, because he was getting 950 and reduced by 1000, so it is minus 50. Okay, and the salary of King was 5000 and now it is 4000. So this way you can do all the arithmetic operations. Okay, one is missing, we'll do it again. ed, okay, and we'll say comma sal, we divide it by 2, we'll make it half. Okay, the salary we make it half for all the employees. Let's see what happens. Alt F4, save it, and I'll say slash enter. So the salary of King was 5000, now it is 2500 after the calculation. If it is 800, it has become 400, right? And 2850 has become 1425, and here this one actually it was 2975. It was an odd figure, so it is divided by 2, it will becomes to 1487.5. okay, so this way we can see it. It is for calculated figure of the employee's salary. Okay, this is after dividing by 2. Now let's give, now if I say a title to this title doesn't look nice, right? So it's better to give a title, a temporary title. Okay, for the calculated figures. So we'll say ed again, and now this time I'll say this is the calculation, right? But I'll give a name. So I'll give a name, I'll say as, again space, we give everything, whatever title you want it, you give it in a double quotes. So I'll say annual. This is the annual salary. Okay, instead of only writing annual, I'll say a salary, annual dot sal. Okay, don't write that to sal, I'll say annual space sal. Fine, sorry, CCL. Okay, and this one, for this one we'll write half yearly. Okay, so we'll say as half year. We say in quotes, double quotes, we write half yearly, so we say YLY. Okay, half yearly, we say half year, it's better. Okay, now say this is half yearly, this is as, say, incremental. Okay, this will say category as, right, as in double quotes we have to write it, say decremental, but it's going very lengthy, so what we'll put after the comma, I'll bring this entire thing down. Okay, so it's in second line. In second line we have it incremental, and this we say decremental, and this will say as, in double quotes we'll say it half. You can give whatever title you want it. Actually, I'm showing you how to give the title. Okay, this is not meaningful right now, all these things, but how to give the title you should understand. That means after the figure, after the calculations, you have to say as, and in double quotes give the title. Okay, save it, Alt F4 and say slash enter. So you can see this is annual sal, half yearly salary. Okay, and this is incremental, this is decremental, and this is half sal. Just we are given any title, but you can give any type for this calculated figures. This is not meaningful at all. Okay, but I want to show you that how to give titles to the calculated columns. Not only we can give calculate columns, but we can go give titles to the normal columns also what exist in the table. For example, again I say ed. Now the column was salary, right? One of the column was salary. I'm going to change it to S, show it as salary fully. Okay, so this is the temporary column name we are giving to this particular column, that is sal column. For calculated also we are giving some name. Okay, let's see, Alt F4, save, slash enter. So you can see, right, salary. Again I can change the name here also, ename. Instead of ename we can say employee's name. Okay, so that how you know how to give the column names. Now I'll say ed and press enter. Now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to add one more column. Okay, I'll remove some of the columns from here. Say okay, from up to here. Okay, now here I'll give 100 plus 200. Now I'm not saying I'm not adding the salary column at all. So let's see what happens. Alt F4, save it and slash and enter. You can see it has calculated 100 plus 200 for me as 300, but it is repeating for 14 times because there are 14 records in this particular table. Correct? So salary is not added, it's simply a calculation 100 plus 200, but and the answer is 300, but it is repeated for 14 times. Okay, fine. But what if I have, suppose if I say, again I say edit, and instead of, I'll remove this also, I'll remove this, I'll remove this, I'll remove this, I'll remove this up to here. Okay, so now we have select 100 plus 200 from EMP table. Let's see what happens. Alt F4, save it, slash enter. So the answer is 300. Okay, now salary is not included here, but the 300, the value is repeated for 14 rows, 14 records, because there are 14 records, it is repeated 14 times. Fine. So that means it will repeat depending upon how many records the particular table is having. That means, for example, if I say ed and I say from, instead of emp, I'll say dept. Now we know in dept there are 4 rows, right? Let's see. Say slash enter, 4 rows. So 100 plus 200, actually it is 300, but it's repeating for 4 times because dpt table has only 4 records, so it's repeating for 4 times. So in that case, I must have a table which is having only 1 record and 1 column. In that case, my calculation will be done very perfectly. I can use it as a calculator. For example, if I say ed, I want to say 100 plus 200, okay, minus 50 divided by say 5 or 6, okay, 5, and we say multiplied by 30. We don't know what is the figure here, but what is the output of this expression, but it will be repeated for 4 times because we are using the emp table here. Let's see, alt F4, save it, slash enter. 0. Is it 0? Okay, that output becomes 0. Let's take another figure because I don't know. It was returning figure because we have to calculate it, then only come to know. But right now I'll change it. So this is coming out to 0. That if you anything multiply by 0, it is coming to 0. So let's say this is 500. Okay, say alt save slash enter. Okay, now some figure is coming. Okay, we'll see it later how to calculate all those things. Okay, there is a different way. Okay, what will be calculated first? First division, multiplication, then division, then plus, then minus, and so on. Okay, there are particular rules here. Now this time what we're going to do, we are trying to understand that how to use this as a calculator. Okay, now it is repeating 4 times. I want to repeat only 1 time. So if any table is having 1 record, this is better. So Oracle has given a table called dual. A table name is dual. Please understand, there is a table called dual. Okay, now we are not going to, but Oracle has given to us directly. Somebody has made it. Let's see that. Say select. So we do the same. We will say ed, and we'll say instead of dpt, we'll say dual. Dual. Let's understand dual. Okay, understand that dual is a table which has only 1 row. Okay, so save it, alt F4, save it, slash enter. So you can see the output. Okay, so this is the expression, right, and this is the output. It is working now as a calculator, correct? Now let's say what is this dual is. Actually, what is dual? So for that we'll say select star from dual, semicolon. Don't forget semicolon when you're trying directly writing it. Okay, enter. Okay, you can see dual is a table which contains, this is the heading and this is the row. This is having 1 row and it is and they are inserted it as x. The value stored in that is x. Okay, let's describe this table. Describe dual. Now this is SQL plus command, so no semicolon. Okay, enter. Okay, so it is having 1 column. The column name is dummy, and it is storing only 1 character. This is character information. So 1 character information, and it is already having 1 record. So when you say select star from dual, it is showing 1 character information and the character is x here. Okay, somebody has made it and is storing only x in it. And here you can see the title also short as D. D stands for dummy here, correct? Okay, the only thing we have to remember is dual is used for some calculation purpose. As I told you, if we have one record, it will be much better to do some calculations, correct? So otherwise it will repeat to the number of records the table contains. EMP table has 14, so it is repeated for 14 times. DBT has 4 records, so it is repeated for 4 times, right? Depends. So imagine that if any table is having 1000 and lakhs of records, so it will repeat for that many times. So we don't want it. So that's why Oracle has given you this table dual, where you want to find out any kind of calculations. Now, so good enough. So you understood what is edit also, ed. Okay, I'm going to clear the screen. Clear screen. This is SQL plus command. Okay, now if I say edit and space and the file name, for example f:/practice, okay, /test, or say AAA, okay, what will happen? So I'm going to create a file called AAA. In this case, if you say edit f:/practice, in the practice folder, it is going to create a file called AAA. It is nothing to, it is not related to the buffer at all. Okay, if you don't give the buffer, if you don't give the file name, it is related to the buffer. But when you say edit and give the file name, now it is related to the file name, and it is related to the file. Okay, so when you say enter, it opens the same way the notepad, but it asks you, do you, such file does not exist, that is aa.sql does not exist, do you want to create a new one? So I'll say yes. Now what this will contain, I'll say select lect select, okay, select star from EMP semicolon, then press enter. Now here semicolon is, when you give the file name, semicolon you have to put it. Okay, again I'll say select star from, say dept semicolon. So these are the two commands available, or I'm going to store in this file. Okay, so now it's going to be a script file. Actually this is a script file. When you say edit and giving the file name, okay, and it's storing it .sql, so it will be stored as a script file. Now all the script file, what is script file? Script file is a series of commands, SQL commands. So here the first command is select star from EMP, then select star from DEPT, correct? So now don't end with a slash here. Now this is the script file, we are not playing with the buffer. But if it is in the buffer, you can only add one particular SQL statement, and it should be ended with slash, correct? Okay, now what I'm going to save it, how to do saving? Alt F4 and save it. Now let's see the file has been created or not. Say I go to the folder and we got a practice. Okay, now you can see AA, right? So AA is the SQL. Okay, let's open it. How to open it? We say edit, you can see it, select star from EMP, select star from GPT. So this is the content of this particular file. I'm closing this. So now this is a script file. Previously we have executed a script called sample, as you can see, sample.sql, and why we did it? We did it for creating two tables. So all the script file is meant for a particular task. We are going to do some particular task. In that case we create a script file. So continuously it will execute different commands and create something. Some task has to be finished in that time. Okay, so now as AA file has been created, I'm going to close it. Okay, now how to execute this file? Okay, so we executed a sample.axe file by saying start. So we'll say the start and the file name. The file name is f:/practice. We'll say practice, practice we'll say AA. So it understands by default that it is script file are always with SQL command and extension SQL, right? I'll press enter, so it has executed for us. So the first command was select start from EMP. So it is showing you the EMP table, correct? The second command was select start from DPT, so it is showing you the output of DPT. Okay, I will say ED. We are going to edit the same file again, so I'll say ed f colon, okay, f colon slash AA again. So now the file is opened again for me, and this time I'm going to add one more command, say clear, not clearly, I'll say describe describe EMP semicolon. So this will describe the EMP table. Now there is no semicolon, right, for the SQL plus command, right? Description EMP, describe EMP is an SQL plus command. So now we'll store it, save it, Alt F4 and save it. Okay, now how to execute it? By pressing start f colon slash AAA and enter. So this time it is also showing the table's disk structure. As you can see here, it is showing you the table structure, correct? So the table structure is how it's showing because we have already added this command into the file, correct? Now and there's another way to execute it. Instead of saying start, you can just say at and enter. Is the output is same thing? The output is same thing. Okay, as you can see. So after that command, this is the SQL, that is for select start from EMP, and then this is DPT, and this one is the description. I hope you understood this. Okay, thank you. This is the end of the session. Thank you for watching.